what is your name?
My name is Hasan Gungor.
Okay. And where were you born?
I was born in Cyprus,
Where in Cyprus?
in Famagusta.
Oh, Augusta. Okay. And where do you live now?
I live in Nicosia now.
And what is your occupation?
I'm an academic, professor of macroeconomics and finance.
Okay. Um, Tell me the story of the division of Cyprus. When did it happen and why?
Well, the actual division took place in 1974 with the intervention of Turkish military forces, but island was divided a long time before 1974. Even before the establishment of the Republic of Cyprus. When you look back to history, you can clearly see that, two communities here, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, have never been together closely. I mean, I myself checked, for example, how many people got married with each other. I mean, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots. You can rarely find examples of that. Or checking how many Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot entrepreneurs build up, partnerships. None. So these people were living next to each other in a peaceful environment. That was true, but the island was not really pretty much unified because of the differences in languages. Turkish Cypriot speaks Turkish, Greek Cypriot speaks Greek. Turkish Cypriots practice Islam, Greek Cypriots practice Christianity, and there are several other factors which kind of makes these two communities different from each other. So it all depends on how you take or how your understanding of the division and reunification. What do you want to really reunify? Do you want to reunify people of both sides to live next to each other? Is this the case, or do you mean reunification at a higher level? So what I learned from history and my own experiences because of my profession, the island was divided a long time ago in the heads of the people. But as I said, there were no great problems. People were living in peace until the winds of independence started early 60s or late 50s in this region. And the island was, of course, part of the crown colonies of UK. Then Cypriots started to talk about independence, to establish an independent state, and they agreed with the United Kingdom to build up Republic of Cyprus, and they did so. They did so, but it took only 3 years, the partnership in the government level. At the end of the third year, 21st December 1963, the entire system collapsed here, and Greek Cypriots and Turkish Cypriots were separated physically. They were not living together anymore, and there was this movement among the members of the societies apart from each other. So this, since then, remains on the island. What happened in 1974 was something different. When the Greek coup brought down the constitution here and the existing Greek government, where Turkish Cypriots were not really a strong partner. And since then, both Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots have been negotiating to find a solution. Actually, negotiations started in 1968, if I'm not mistaken, in June, and they are going on since 1968. We still didn't reach to an agreement. What happened in between these two dates, today and 1968, was that we were really close to an agreement in 2004. Where the United Nations Good Offices came out with an idea, and it's known by the Secretary General of the UN, Kofi Annan, called Annan Plan. So we worked very hard with Greek Cypriots and with the international community to build up a new future for all Cypriots here. But unfortunately, we failed in referenda. Turkish Cypriots saying 65% yes, Greek Cypriots came out with 75% no. And that was really an ill-fated event for Turkish Cypriots, because once again we were left out. as they joined to the European Union. So since 2004, the negotiations are going on, but they are far from producing a reunification. Even today, the president of North Cyprus and the president of the Greek Cypriots are negotiating. Personally, I see no dynamics that will bring out a reasonable settlement for both communities on the island.
Okay. Are the people on the other side your friends or your enemies? What is the biggest difference between you and them?
They are our friends. I don't see them as enemies. They are our friends. I mean, we all have different degreeing friends in our lives. They are our friends. I mean, as long as you can cooperate with them, there is no problem. So I never saw any Greek Cypriot as my enemy.
What is the biggest difference between you and them?
The biggest difference between myself and them, I don't see a great difference actually. We all were born on this island. We share the same resources, we share the same air. So there is no big difference. The only thing is that, they have the recognition which we don't have. And that makes our life a little tougher compared to that of the Greek Cypriots. I believe that, one day we are going to eliminate that difference as well. We will come to a point where the nature will force both of us for a settlement, for an agreement.
Okay. Who's your favorite person on the other side and why?
I have many friends. I was part of the negotiation teams for Turkish Cypriots during the talks. And I happened to meet a lot of really good Greek Cypriot friends in those talks. Although they were defending their community's rights against ours, we succeed in building up good relationships. I mean, in personal level, we have no problem with them. I personally don't have any problem with any one of the Greek Cypriots.
Is there any one person that you admire or that you
I never thought about it actually, whether I admire anybody from south or north. Never thought of it.
Does your country's leadership support this division, and why?
No, my leadership does not support the division. In fact, our leadership supports the reunification. We want to get reunified because, this is a very tiny island. I can't call it micro scale, not even micro. It's tiny. And, resources on this island is enough for both communities. And I believe that, if we work in cooperation, if we work together, we can have a very high standard of living and a very good quality of living for both communities, for the people of both sides. All we need is to have a high degree of cooperation. And having the island divided, it poses a lot of costs, not only to Turkish Cypriots, but also to Greek Cypriots. So we have to find a way, as soon as possible, to sort out this problem and come out with a settlement and use those resources, human capital, physical capital, anything you can imagine, to kind of provide better future for our kids.
Does their leadership support this division?
I'm not sure. I'm not pretty much into Greek politics. But it seems most of the time that, especially in 2004, I had this impression that they're happy with what they have.
How would your life change if the wall was removed and anyone could cross at any time? What's the first thing that you would do?
Well, I don't think there will be a great change at the beginning. It will take some time until we establish a unified island, because division has been so long on this piece of soil. So it will take time until we bring down the walls in the minds of the people, and physically as well. So I don't think I have any plan. I don't have any plan like, this is the first thing I will do if the things turn out to be positive. So what I would do, probably I will start working more and more, to bring together the two communities. Actually, that's what we are doing. We are trying hard to kind of provide help so that, two people can get together. But there are still, of course, obstacles. There are still problems, and it will take time.
How do you think Turkish the average Turkish Cypriot's life would change if there was no wall?
It's difficult to guess that. It's difficult to guess that if there was no wall. But I would say that, it would have been a little bit better than today. But as I said, it depends how you take it. It depends how you take it. So politically, it might be worse off, but economically better off. So it depends how it depends on your perspective, from which perspective you are taking that thing.
Okay. So people from all over the world might be watching this video. What's the most important thing they should know about what's happening here?
One day, the Cyprus will be united. It will be united. They should know that, and especially those who are having ethnic troubles, ethnic problems, they should know and they should keep it in their mind that they can live next to each other without any problem, without any trouble. With a fair settlement, that is possible. That is possible. That's what we have seen in Europe. That's what we have seen. Okay, Europe has paid a big cost for that during the Second World War, but we can see that it's possible.
What are the most important elements of a stable, successful resolution?
Well, the peace in the people's mind. If they have peace in their mind, that's enough. They don't need any, you don't need any other element to create a peaceful environment. Mm-hmm. That will be enough.